This video is sponsored by Raycon.
You know what sucks? Bullying. Childhood and adolescence can be hard enough as it is, and no one deserves other shithead kids making their life even harder than it is. Whether it be getting the shit kicked out of you, getting ridiculed for the stuff you love, or, God forbid, being called Grant, it's just not a pleasant thing. According to StopBullying.gov, 20% of people aged 12 to 18 have experienced bullying in America. Bullying affects all youths, and its effects can be felt till adulthood, because you know what? That shit stays with you. It's an awful experience, and no kid ever deserves to be bullied. So, with that in mind, who the fuck actually wants to be bullied?
Don't Toy With Me Nagatoro is one of the most popular anime this season. If you've been hanging around the weeb space recently, you've probably seen this face floating around. Perhaps you've seen it as a screenshot while scrolling down in your timeline or near the top anime being watched right.
You've seen it as someone's profile picture. If it's not already your profile picture.
I feel like Nagatoro is that one show where people seem to have more of an opinion about the people watching Nagatoro than Nagatoro itself. In between her face being the topical waifu profile picture of the month, and people losing their minds at one of the subtitles using some word that conveyed Nagatoro's feeling of mistrust towards another party or something.
It kind of feels like publicly liking the show is the equivalent of being that guy who turns up at an anime convention wearing an Ahegao hoodie, using words like poggers in a normal sentence like that's a socially acceptable thing people do in a functioning society.
But why are so many people getting so riled up about Nagatoro this season, and what is it about the girls teasing a flustered classmate that seems to be becoming the trend nowadays? Are those of us watching this doing so just because they have some masochism complex where they want some anime girl to step on them and call them trash?
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm here to find out. Because surely, there's more to this than meets the eye, right? So what's this all about? I will now begin the plot synopsis of Don't Toy With Me Nagatoro. Don't Toy With Me Nagatoro follows this girl, Nagatoro, as she toys with her senpai. That concludes the plot synopsis of Don't Toy With Me Nagatoro. This is the latest show in a new trend that's popping up called Dipshit Smug Girl Mentally Abuses Senior Classmate for the Amusement of Weebs Worldwide. Or, I mean, I guess we could just call it the teasing genre. And most of these shows are just exactly that. Normally, it follows an unlikely duo between a talking anime profile picture and her senpai. And the show takes us through various situations where the girl playfully teases her classmate of interest like they are still on the school playground. Except this time, those girls that bullied you as a kid are just secretly doing so because they like you and not because they're just cunts who picked on an easy target like that one time you got shamed in front of everyone just because you liked anime. Oh man, this got pretty real. The biggest difference though, right off the bat between this and other shows like Teasing Master Takagi-san and Uzaki-chan is that, man, Nagatoro doesn't hold back. Like, okay, our main boy is a beta with a capital B. The man has a spine of a fucking jellyfish, and Nagatoro isn't afraid to remind him of that one bit. In episode 1, she bullies him, insults him, makes him cry. This ain't just your average teasing. This is full-on mind break, CIA interrogation, psychological warfare, just to let this guy know that he has small PP energy. I was honestly taken aback at how hard she went initially. There wasn't anything playful about it, it was just full-on mean-spirited. There were some moments that made me so uncomfortable for the guy that I actually think I physically took cringe damage. Thankfully, that was just episode 1 though, and as the series goes on, it transitions to something far less mean-spirited and more just playful teasing. But this start certainly doesn't help to diminish the image people have of this show and the people who watch it. See, there's just something about the setup and dynamics of the main leads that makes it feel like everyone knows who this series is targeted towards and what the main appeal is.
And that was definitely evident when I've read ahead in the manga, because I see this art, I see the premise, and I see these beautifully smug faces that perfectly catch the eye, and I remember immediately thinking one thing. Oh, this guy's definitely drawn porn.
Which, unsurprisingly, if you look further into it, oh, he has. And look, I know we're not allowed to say that this anime girl gets people horny anymore without the risk of getting arrested by the Twitter police, but I think a massive part of the initial appeal for anyone who's, partaken in the consumption of artistic drawings of the cultured nature is that this just radiates the same energy as a lot of doujinshis you've probably seen. And I feel like there are a bunch of shows that air nowadays that radiate that same energy. I can't put my finger on exactly what this is, because it's not as simple to say, hey, this is just like every other ecchi fan service show, because it's not. But if I had to put it into words, it takes a very specific skill set to be able to create some of the mischievous facial expressions you see Nagatoro make. You see, some of the most well-known doujinshi artists have a certain talent at making unique and extreme facial expressions to complement some of the more intense moments of their doujins. Let's just say there are some very memorable faces out there, and sometimes you see that same energy radiating from the art and facial expressions even if the situations aren't exactly the same as what you'd find in that other genre. I mean, look at this perfectly smug face. Look at these noodle arms. It's like that bitch from Itadaki Seiki had a tanned baby with a bowl of cup ramen. Like, the exact moment that it confirmed it for me was during the beach chapter, where of course all the girls show up in swimsuits. Alright, okay, nothing too unusual here, just a normal beach episode, and then Nagatoro shows up and I'm just like, wait a minute. Are those tan lines? Oh, this motherfucker knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, come on, just look at this. The man even broke the cardinal sin and gave Nagatoro both flesh fangs and actual fangs. I don't know if he's trying to start a civil war or stop one, but he ain't losing either way. Combine this with the teasing, the almost masochistic dynamic at times shared between the two main leads, and this is very, very reminiscent to the dynamics in certain other places. And because of that, I can kind of see why so many of the crowd that partakes in the consumption of artistic drawings of the cultured nature seem to be the ones that were reading Nagatoro and other works similar to it. You can almost see the invisible tags of culture on the episodes, even if compared to other ecchi manga and anime out there right now. This one's actually quite tame in comparison from a fan service perspective.
You know, with all this context in mind, it kind of feels like...
Gaunt, don't say it.
You know, it kind of feels like...
Gaunt, I know what you're thinking, don't fucking say it.
It kind of feels like having that bratty little sister hentai dynamic without having to morally worry about the incest tag.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Gaunt, you just have to say it. Oh my god, and I feel like this is the main reason why Nagatoro and the shows like it have the image and reputation that they do. If you just watch the first episode, see the crowd circling in, know where the artist came from, you're probably like, alright, I know exactly who and what this is for. It's the Ahegao hoodie wearing crowd. Probably has an anime profile picture, definitely watches hentai. Maybe it's that one guy who thinks shouting out Discord memes in public is funny, even if they weren't even funny on Discord. But reading further into the manga, there's something that just gets kind of drowned out in the general discussion that I haven't seen many people mention. Yo, this is awesome as fuck. That's right, this Nagatoro. The same Miss Gonna Cry, Piss Your Pants, I'll Step in Your Pee-Pee, Nice to Meet You Ma'am, Your Son Calls Me Mummy Too, Nagatoro, is wholesome. And I'm not just talking about the obvious, well, you know, she's really mean to him, but secretly she really likes him, ooh-woo-goo. Even if that is somewhat true. But there is genuine character and relationship development between the two. The biggest draw that kept me watching the next episode, that kept me reading the next chapter of the manga, wasn't to see what culture tag we'd be adding next, but because in between the teasing and the bullying, out of nowhere the show would just slap this really heartwarming moment you weren't expecting that would just make you go, God damn. That was adorable as fuck. And also, since it starts off being a very episodic virgin bullying of the week kind of show, I was honestly surprised when the manga started to introduce story arcs, with an actual reoccurring plotline, which is when I actually started to get properly hooked into the manga. Recently, we've even been finding out a bit more about Nagatoro, and while it's no dramatic dark backstory, what it does do is give opportunities for our main boy Senpai. Wait, what the fuck is his actual name? Are you fucking kidding me? What it does do is give opportunities for our main boy to affect Nagatoro and vice versa. Honestly, my favorite parts of the manga is seeing how the both of them slowly change each other in a positive way. By hanging around Nagatoro, Naoto gradually gains confidence in himself, not only in his social situations, but his talents as well. And despite what she may appear like on the surface, the same happens for Nagatoro. Seeing the both of them playing off one another and motivating each other to change for the better might not be the most original thing I've ever seen, but goddamn if it isn't wholesome as hell. I was surprised that genuine character development was happening in front of me that before I knew it, I was invested. I don't know, there's just something about an unlikely duo helping one another and possibly developing feelings for each other that I just have a soft spot for, okay? Look, I love me some straightforward romantic wholesomeness like Horimiya, but sometimes I just need a little bit of that tension. You gotta tickle the balls just a little bit. I need a little bit of that spice, like with... Nope. I'm just not gonna go there anymore. Unfortunately, pair a beta male afraid of his own shadow with a smug tsundere who doesn't know how to come to terms with her own feelings, and what this means is, of course, that it takes fucking forever for any meaningful development to happen within their relationship. Normally, I'm against anime relationships that progress at a slower pace than Hawking radiation, but you know what? I'm here for it. I get it. I'll just live off that high of seeing that one blushing wholesome moment in between months of getting blue balls just, oh God, please just don't be teasing my heart and please give them a happy ending. You know, I think I finally get the teasing genre. These anime are basically just like edging, but for the soul.
God, I hate the way my mind works sometimes.
In conclusion, despite how the series starts off, Nagatoro is a genuinely wholesome story about two unlikely characters affecting each other for the better. Yes, it may at first remind you of a lot of doujins you've seen and it may have some fan servicey elements, but this isn't nearly as horny as I thought it was going to be. And the further I got, the more I just wanted to see the two of them be happy. I started for the smug, but I stayed for the smile.
So yes, I like Nagatoro. Because of course I fucking do. I initially came into this ready to brush it off as just the new hot waifu profile picture of the month. You know what? I'll get some easy memes and views out of this, job done, let's move on. But I came out of this being like, what other bully manga are there out there? Maybe I'll read this one, or this one, or this one. That one looks good. Oh God, have I awoken something inside myself? Again? You know what? Why am I even trying to deny it anymore? I might as well just accept who I really am and take my place with the people I truly belong with. Poggers. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you again to Raycon for sponsoring me today. Look, if you've been watching my stuff for a while, you know the deal. Once again, I am asking you for my Raycon support. You see, Raycon are back at it again, disrupting the entire electronics industry by offering premium wireless earbuds for about half the price of its competitors. They give 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass and a more compact design for a more comfortable, noise-isolating fit. Raycon was co-founded by Ray J, and celebrities like Mike Tyson and Snoop Dogg are obsessed with them. They offer their wireless earbuds in a range of fun colors and patterns with a variety of fit options and no dangly wires or stems. And don't forget that Raycon also have a 45-day free return policy. Honestly, I've been using my Raycons every day for the last month or so because I've recently just picked up my Japanese lessons again, and I've been using them to listen to half an hour to an hour's worth of Japanese lessons every single day. It's been really useful to be able to listen to Japanese lessons wherever I am, even if I'm on the go on the train or something. I just hope I don't look like a psychopath stranger for just mumbling Japanese to myself when I'm in public. Thank God everyone's wearing a mask. So, what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/Gigguk for 15% off your order. That's buyraycon.com/Gigguk for 15% off. Look, I swear to God, I did not go into Nagatoro thinking that I was going to like it at all. I just really ended up liking it, okay? God damn it, God. I don't know. Sometimes I just can't escape who I am. I'm sorry, okay? I'm just a slave to the smug face, okay? I'm a simple guy. Anyway, I'll probably just leave it at that today. I don't really have any updates to tell you guys. Japan's back in an emergency state, so I'm going to be inside for a lot once more. I just hope wherever you are in the world, the situation is improving. So, that's all from me. I've been Gigguk, and I will see you all next time. And you know what? I hope you have a wonderful day.